Yeah, what's up, people? I just wanted to drop a quick video. I did a video on this earlier, like not today or anything, but like, back, I think it was like a few days ago, or maybe it was even last weekend. It's possible it was last weekend, but I don't think that I actually uploaded it. Cuz I think I kind of like veered off into something like other stuff. I mean, I don't even really know what the topic of the video was. I'm trying to think. Um I mean, but actually that video I pretty much stayed on topic. I really really did. But I think it was wow, it's like on the tip of my tongue, but I can't really like, come to what the topic of the video was. Maybe as I talk you know, it'll come to me. Sometimes things like that happen. You can't think of something all of a sudden, like, you ever walk in the kitchen and you just forget what you go in there for, and then you're like, all right, so then you walk back and then you're like halfway through the living room and then you're like, oh yeah, that's what I wanted. One of those deals. So maybe as I begin to talk, maybe it'll kind of come to me. But I just wanted to talk about marriage. Marriage nowadays is it's I don't know, it's a um, I'm not saying marriage is like a joke, but I mean it's supposed to be like sacred. It's supposed to be obviously when I say sacred, a lot of it's not perfect. Obviously, I mean you have to, in order to grow, you have to have disagreements. I mean that's what makes the flowers grow when when it's raining outside. The flowers don't grow with the sun shining all the time. You kind of need some stormy weather, and not just that, but to persevere through that. And then when you come out that, it makes you a stronger couple, or whatever, stronger person, or whatever, solo, like whoever you are, single, with somebody, whatever. But I mean, like when it comes to marriage, you know, like for myself, I mean, I don't really feel the need to get married. I mean, like everybody's different. Most people want to get married, but I mean, like me myself, um, I just think marriage is can be a beautiful thing. I really, really do. I'm for marriage. I'm just not for the crap that people call marriage. Like they have kids and all of a sudden they feel like they're obligated to get married just because of the kid. Well, if you get married and you really don't love one another, then eventually it's going to blow up and it's going to make the kid miserable. So in the long run, you're not doing the kid any justice. You're really not. I mean, I could see like, okay, well, I got, I could see if you go about it a different way, but then there's other situations where and obviously, if you don't get married to the person that you're with, you could always be, obviously you could be a father and a mother like in different homes, but still be civil with one another, so the kid is in like a not, the kid is in a normal situation, because when the parents aren't normal, or act, like it's bad enough that the kid is in a situation where the parents aren't together, so they'll, the least thing, like the least you could do is just be civil with one another, like be adults about it, and make it easy, on the kid, so the kid is kind of a semi-normal, situation. um but that's just the way of the world in 2016. I mean, you know marriage is just a joke. I mean, Las Vegas, you can go to Las Vegas and get married with like married people you don't even know. It's crazy, man. I mean, you just get drunk somewhere and just get bored and go get married, and then you wake up the next day and be like, what do we just do? And it's sad, but it's like, but it's like haha funny, but it's really not, because like marriage is supposed to be sacred between a man and a woman. And it's just become like a sideshow. Like people get married for all kinds of stupid reasons, money, and like like a prenup agreement. If you can't trust a person enough to not steal your money, why are you marrying them in the first place? Don't you want to marry somebody that is, I don't know, trustworthy? Somebody who, I'm going to tell you why. Because, that person is probably marrying this person knowing that, like, let's say a guy is the one with the money. That's how it usually goes. Usually. You know, the guy is marrying this female right here, which is probably, I would assume, you know, some sort of trophy wife or whatever. Um, you know, not in all cases, but I'm saying like really, you know, probably like she's, you know, probably like a really good looking female and stuff like that. You know, so it's kind of like that's what it is, like a mutual agreement marriage. Like marriages are all messed up nowadays. You know, you got gold diggers, you got, I mean, you really have to watch your back. Like marriage is just a, you know, I'm not saying all marriages, of course, but marriage is just like, it's a joke, man. Like, you know, in a lot of ways, like even when people mean well, that just doesn't end up like, you know, because people don't like people, like the foundation of it is just not what it's supposed to be. Like the whole concept of marriage is supposed to be, you know, based on biblical, you know, it's supposed to be based on God. And if you're not basing it on what it's supposed to be based on, they sit there and laugh all this dude talks about there's God. Well, yeah, I mean, look, you know, I mean, it's, you know, like that's why this world is so messed up, because people are, you know, like running around with no moral compass, you know? Like really, we all like to think we're good people. Like if you line up all these people in the world, you know, upwards of 7 billion people, and you take you know, you know, just you ask everybody, just go down the line, 7 billion people, or however many people, 6 point something, whatever, line them all up and ask them, do you think you're a good person? Yes or no? How many yeses are you gonna get? Okay, this country, how many people are in this country? I don't know. Line all those people up, man, woman, and child, and say, do you think you're a good person? I guarantee you, 90 something percent of those people are going to say, yeah. 90 something percent of those, this country is messed up, bro. We got, you mean to tell me that 90%, look at it out there. You mean to tell me that 90% of these people in this country are good people? Come on now, man. Really? No. Like, and just look around the world, you know? I don't know. Say whatever you want to, but it's just not the case. You know, I'm not saying like everybody's rotten people. I'm just saying, you know, I mean, the world's got a sin problem. You know, I mean, let's be honest. Let's not shrug it off and let's call it what it is. But nonetheless, I'm talking about marriage right now, and it's just like, you know, we just like a lot of people get married for dumb reasons. And you know, just like, I mean, pick one. You know, if it's like prenup, a prenup agreement, that's crazy. Like you're marrying this person. Like when you marry somebody, it's supposed to be death to you. I mean, look, I understand things happen, you know, but if you're like, you know, like people just get married for just dumb reasons, man. I don't know, like you think you know, I mean, you guys meet when you're younger. I don't know. It could be like any reason. But most marriages don't work out nowadays, and you want to know why? Because of finances, or maybe it's other things too. But you know, if you really love one another, you're not gonna let something stupid like money get in the way. Money, like you're supposed, you like you said I mean, you said I do to this person. You said you love this person, but yet a little fire comes your way, and you're just gonna get, you know, you're just gonna get hot and heavy and just like run the other way. Like, what is that? That's not love. I mean, obviously, there's obviously like, you know, I mean, like, and I mean, but I'm not talking about this sort of thing, like where people just like, let's say that a boyfriend and, you know, a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and you know, like beating on one another. Like that's just dysfunction junction, bro. You know, like, I mean, obviously, hopefully that's not happening in marriages, and obviously it does. But I'm talking about boyfriend and girlfriend. You know, like right now I'm talking about boyfriend and girlfriend. Like I'm not talking about, you know, like a lot of people say, well, why do you just stay with him? Or I mean, some of you females are crazy too. Like some of you females are worse than dudes. And I never hit a female. Trust me, I've had frying pans thrown at me. I have an older sister, and I grew up with that girl for the first, I don't know, like long time of my life. I mean, trust me, she didn't like, you know, but trust me, an older sister, I mean, hey, man, look, if I was to hit a female, I'd have done it by now, you know? I mean, let's be honest. And I never did. But um, I've been through my fair share of, not just with her, but I mean, I've had some crazy girlfriends, and I didn't realize they were crazy until they just until they tweaked out, and it's just like, dude, you know. So some of you females are straight caveman. Let's be honest, man. Like barbaric, you know. Um, so let's get real and stop pretending that only you know, guys are the bad people and females are just like the, let's be honest. I mean, yes, there's more guys that do stuff like that than girls, but let's just not excuse, the females that do it too. Come on now. Just like all guys are dogs, that whole theory just right out the window. Come on. I mean, some of you girls are straight piggies, man. Really. Like, let's be honest. I mean, my neighborhood's full of them right now. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I'm just saying, some of you, like, really. I mean, dude, come on. I mean, enough said. Like, let's be honest about stuff, you know? But I mean, as far as marriage goes, or, like the boyfriend and, girlfriend stuff, um, I'm not talking about some weird scenario where, so and so's beating on you and you're just saying, well, I love him or I love her, so I'm just gonna stick around and take it because this and that. Obviously, I'm not talking about that, that sort of scenario. I'm talking about financial stuff or stuff that there no abuse is going on. Like if you really love somebody, when the tidal wave comes, so to speak, if you can't get through that together as a couple and come out the other end stronger because of it, doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Doesn't mean you won't argue. Doesn't mean you're going to just sit there and hold hands and say, okay, plug your nose. Let's, no. There's going to be, but that's what makes you stronger. And that's what marriage, I've never been married at all. And that, like I said, that's kind of why, I'm single and I'm good. I'm good with it. Really, I am. For me personally, I mean, I have friends who are single too. Well, I don't really I walked away from my friends kind of sort of, um, you know, but I'm saying like when I was hanging out with those guys or whatever, I mean, they were single dudes. But um, you know, I don't, you, I'm trying to think how to put this. Like society thinks like once you're a certain age, you have to be with somebody. Like if you're not married, then all of a sudden you're I don't know, like extremely flawed or something, like something must be wrong with you. Huh? How does that even work, dude? Like I don't get that at all. I mean, I would rather just be single and hanging out and chilling or whatever, like I don't know, just doing my own thing than hooked up with somebody who I don't even love, and odds are they don't even love me back. You know, and I'm just settling just to settle, just so people don't look at me strange. What? So you mean to tell me that I'm gonna sit here and shack up with somebody, okay, and walk down the aisle just so you people don't I'm not trying to make this a person. That's not a personal video. I'm just using myself as an example because I don't really have anybody to use. I mean, I could use anybody. Let's just say Joe Schmo out there, somebody I don't even know. It's just the way society views you. Nobody views me like this. I've had no, wait. Yeah, I've had one person, ask me, dude, I mean, you're not married yet? I mean, but it wasn't in some judgmental way. But see, the funny thing was, it was one of my friends, and I haven't seen him in a long time. And he was single too, so it wasn't like he was judging me or anything. But, or wait a minute, did I see him? No, this was after the fact. I don't know. It was like somewhere right around the time where I kind of saw him after a long time. I think I did see him a few times. I forgot when he said that or whatever, but he ended up saying something like that or something along those lines. But that's how society is. And so people tend to freak out. Like, my friends are, married and have kids and all this stuff. So what do I do? So I got to go run around and really, get married just so, just so I could fit in like it's high school or something. I'm like, what? That doesn't even make sense though, because you're gonna marry somebody who you're not even into, and then just